For
Oh my
anybody,
God.
you want to call in, you want to chime in, because this is where situations is going to get real thick. And I want to see how you ladies respond to this. But anybody out there, if you want to call in, you want to have your voice be heard on the S&M show right now, please call in at 347-857-4302. That number again is 347-857-4302. Now, we are talking about threesomes, and we've been talking about what's good, what's not, what's real, what's not. But let's talk about the emotional aspect of it. If, ladies out there, if your man asked you to have a threesome with him and he told you to pick the lady, you can pick the girl, would you do it or would you not do it? First question I have, I'm going to present that to LadySteele. Would you do it or would you not do it?
Well, I mean, I don't know how many people know this, but I'm divorced. However, during my marriage, it was very unique, and I had the majority of my threesomes during my marriage. I didn't mind. We were a very sexually adventurous couple, and we swung, we swapped, and we had a lot of threesomes. So I didn't care. I actually enjoyed it. It was, always with another female. I did try with, another dude. That's just not my thing. It's way hotter on TV than it is in reality. But we would invite other females into our bedroom a lot, and it was a power thing for me. I just liked knowing that I could, get a female off, like make her weak. Long after he tapped out, we're still up getting it on or whatever. And she's trying to hit me up on the side, trying to, just organize a one-on-one situation. So it was a power trip for me. I really didn't mind. I never really felt threatened.
Well, Ava, let me ask you the same question. Obviously, you live your lifestyle the way you live your lifestyle. If you were your girl and she wanted to bring another girl into the bedroom, would you feel okay with that, or would you start to feel like, damn, well, my pussy ain't good enough for you no more?
Wait, okay, rewind back. So, Leon, let me explain some things to you that you clearly misconcepted. I traveled back to my side, to the male side for a while because the females, like, down south are just fucking disgusting and full of shit. So,
this is news. Okay.
Let me explain this very clearly. As far as my past, let's see, would I have let that motherfucking Leo fuck another bitch? Hell no, I'd kill that bitch. But seriously though, my catch-22 is if I get to pick out a girl, let's see, I would, if I didn't really want to share my significant other, regardless of what sex it was, I get to pick out the girl. Any girl I want, any girl you want. Okay. I pick Angelina Jolie. I pick Zoe Saldana. So don't give me the leeway to pick any girl I want, knowing that we can't access that girl. Knowing damn well, everybody else, like, well, I already picked the girl I wanted, so until I get to meet her, then that's what's going to happen. Now, if I'm totally comfortable, like I was with Barrington, I just wanted to mind fuck him, yeah. If I'm in the mood to mind fuck you, yeah, I'll get a bitch. But my bitches had to be so exotic. And I'm going to kind of be selfish because I'm going to want the girl more to me than, I don't know, I might let you have her for a little bit, but I'll be like, no, bring her back. Have a great day, sir. Sit down against the wall. Thank you. So it just depends on what mood I'm in. I'm very versatile. It doesn't matter. We crazy as fuck.
I have another question. Another question for you, Leon. One of the females, they want to know, because you said you'll just use one condom all the way through. She wants to know what happens if you stick old girl in the ass by accident. Then what? Are you gonna change, or are you just gonna keep going? Are you gonna change your tic tac inside?
Well, look, let me say something to you. First of all, that was definitely a while ago, in my young, dumb, and full of cum days. But in those situations, if I had happened to stick my penis in her ass, first of all, if it just slid right in all the way, that's a little bit of an issue in itself. Like, damn,
I don't think it's going to slide in right away, but when y'all be humping, y'all don't know what the hell else is happening around y'all.
Hey, I can't speak for everybody. I can't. But me, let's say that did happen, then I would have to take the condom off, because then I'm going to be like, all right, that's a little disgusting. I ain't going to have her shit juices going in her pussy. That's wrong. That I can't do. But at that situation, I'm like, listen, I'm protected. I got the condom on, so I'm going to fuck you, then I'm going to fuck you, and then I'm going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. And at the end of the day, we just going to keep going until most likely somebody passes out. And that's how it'll be. But I want to ask this question, speaking of which, with anybody out there, and I want to pose this to everybody on Facebook and anybody else who's listening in on the S&M show, whether you're on the phone or you're online. When you're thinking about threesomes and you're really thinking about putting your significant other, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, the side chick, whatever you want to call that person, into the bedroom with somebody else, do you really think that that's something that are you opening up the floodgates for problems, or are you opening up Pandora's box to just really hitting your sexual peak? So I want to first ask you, ladies.
I think like the first caller said, it really depends on the individuals that you're speaking to, that you're talking about, because like during the same time when I was married and me and my ex-husband and we're, having threesomes and all this stuff, we came across a couple and they thought they were about that life. And it turns out they weren't, because she about that life. Not at all. They were like a white couple from Ohio. We're all out in California. We're having fun. And she got to the point where she, that this was the only instance where we, swapped, and I did her husband, and actually she felt bad because she had a threesome with us, and she didn't let him know. So she went home and she felt guilty, and she's like, "Oh, could you do this?" So it was like one of those type things. I know it's weird, but he was horrible. So I didn't like it, and I didn't do it again. But she found herself at our house way more often, and kept coming over, and it got to the point where I was bored with her. But I let my ex-husband rock, whatever, and she came over one day with a shiner, and it was because he got mad that he knew that she was getting it in, and he wasn't even mad that she was getting it in. He was just mad because, he wasn't being included.
Wow. All right, well, look, let me get into a caller right now because people are definitely wanting to chime in. So let's get into a caller. Caller, let's see what some of these callers are. Caller, 718-715. You are on the air with the S&M show. Caller, are you there? We lost that one. Well, let's keep going because we're going to get into some more people. But before we get into it with some more people, we're getting close to wrapping up this subject for the night, and I don't want to go without really getting some real seriousness out the way. Ladies, how do you feel like when you're talking about threesomes, and you guys touched on it with using protection? What are some of the ways that you guys would find would be a good way to protect yourself? Because, if you're in an orgy or you're in a threesome or whatever, just one big romper room of sex, how do you protect yourself but still have the fun you want to have?
I mean, I think it's a pay-to-play environment. Like I said, you going to pay for whatever you don't take precautions to. You want to live that life, you have to answer for that life. So I'm not saying everybody their mama has fucking STDs running around this bitch, but you never know who does have something. Something could be hibernating and manifesting inside of somebody's body that's not showing on test results just yet. You never know. The person that could have had sex with somebody the night before and contracted AIDS, and their test was 3 weeks ago. So you don't know that you think it's all about, is the risk worth it? Is bringing another person into your bedroom really worth you losing house and home and everything altogether? Male or female? You have to ask yourself that question. You could think you can mentally deal with your significant other touching that person. You can think that, but when it actually happens and it's in front of your face, it's a whole different ballgame. You have to mentally be prepared and comfortable with your spouse, because if you don't have that security there, you're going to lose your fucking mind, because it's going to be when this person doesn't answer their phone, did he get such and such number? Did she get such and such number? Are they fucking behind my back? Like you going to be mind fucking yourself to exhaustion.
Damn. Well, hold on.
This is going to sound very whorish, but very quickly, I'll tell you one thing. Some of the safest people to be around or to fuck with when you're leading that lifestyle are married people, and I'll tell you why, because half of them either, got snipped or can't have any more children, so that negates the whole pregnancy thing.
That actually works.
They know that they know that they're in the lifestyle, so checkups are regular. If you are, if you really are about that life, a lot of the clubs are going to screen you before you go in anyway, so testing is normal. So some of the most safest people that you could probably do dirt with will be married.
Mm.
But,
well, really quick,
I can agree with that.
I can honestly say that makes sense, and it's a little bit touchy though. You know what I mean? Like when you get into certain lifestyles of certain people, it's a moral issue. It's crazy. It's a little bit tough. But you know what? Let me get into one last caller because I know people have been calling in and they want to get their voices be heard. So let's get one last caller on before we wrap up tonight's show. Caller 202, you are on the air with the S&M Show. 202-400, you are on the air with the S&M Show.
I'm really over people chickening out right now. Like, I'm really over it. If you're going to press the fucking one button, have the balls or the strap or the caliber, it just say something.
Hold on, caller, you there?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you now. There you go. So, what's your name and where you calling from?
All right. This is Roy Breaker.
All right, where you calling from, Roy? All right. So, Roy, tell me really quick. As you've been hearing what we've been talking about. Give us your insight really quick.
On the threesome thing?
Yeah.
Dude, it can get messy.
I've heard that say, yeah, of course, lots of nuts involved.
It can get messy, especially with married couples, like the young lady was saying, because somebody's going to get jealous, and it's usually going to be the guy, because the girl is usually going to lose her mind, especially if you're mixing couples as such.
Okay.
Well,
let me ask you this. Have you
I've done it before, but I don't know if I would do it again. You know what I mean?
Okay. I hear you. Yeah. I appreciate you. Thank you. Well, we got to wrap up this show, but I appreciate you calling in for tonight. Now, let's wrap up tonight's call. Let's talk about this subject right now to finish everything off. Now, LadySteele, your final thoughts before we end this show tonight.
My final thoughts are basically you definitely have to make sure that you are of mature age and mind to engage in a threesome. You want to be open, sexually. I know, like, nowadays having a threesome is like regular sex, apparently, but it really isn't. Not if you're going to have, like, a real, threesome. You need to be comfortable with yourself. And obviously we ran out of time, so we would have to make a part 2 because so many weird and interesting questions, and I got a lot of propositions. I'm not looking for a threesome. I'm just hosting a show about a threesome. So no thank you. But I would like to give a quick shout-out because I promised them I would. Our first caller is her birthday, Carissa Lewis. Today is her birthday. Jerome Hornbeek, his birthday is coming up, so happy birthday to you. And also, we want to thank Pregame Radio for welcoming us here, and I want to let them know what we can expect next week. I guess maybe we should let Ava give her final thoughts, though, first.
Just saying, yeah, that'd be great. Two seconds real quick. If you don't have the security, long story short, if anything, threesome, sexual system, whatever, if you have any doubts in your mind, any second thoughts, don't fucking do it. Because I'm telling you right now, that's going to manifest and it's going to make you feel some type of way later on, and you're going to feel either guilty or played or used or manipulated. So if you're not 100% for it, don't fucking do it.
All right.
Simple
well,
thing.
Final thoughts on this really is just everybody has their own preference on what they like to do. As long as you're happy with what you're doing, ain't nothing wrong with that. I want to thank everybody for listening to the S&M Show. Tonight's show as our first one on Pregame Radio. Thank Brooklyn. Shout out to Brooklyn Black and everybody at Pregame Radio. Really quick, tell the people who's gonna be on next week, LadySteele, so that they know and they can tune in next week and we can get into this some more.
Next week, I will have Michael Satsversi on the S&M Show. He is one of the top adult entertainment attorneys, and we're going to have a Q&A session with him. If you're thinking about getting into adult entertainment as an actress, if you're thinking about becoming a director, starting a production company, he has all the answers. He handles most of the high-profile cases that arise in the adult entertainment industry, and he's going to be available for any questions that you may have. Also,
thank you.
Happy birthday, Lyrical Pink Tiger Santiago. Happy birthday.
Definitely. All right. Well, thank y'all for listening. Good